Everybody, welcome back to the Purplatypus is the name, and today I'm going to be showing you the free-to-play team for Weapon Trial 3, level 70. All right, it's not free-to-play, you caught me. But I am going to show you, this is the team I used. I used Garcia, Cole, Beryl, Magnus, and Angel. And let's go ahead and take a quick look at their, I mean, as far as equipment goes, it's not even really that important, but I mean, I'll show you. It's mostly about getting stats, right? So first up is Beryl, right? This is good gear, right? First thing you're going to notice, these weapon trials are difficult, and so having good gear is going to be important here. I am using the devil on essentially everybody because a lot of things die really fast. So Beryl here, you can kind of see what we're using. We can look at skills in combat, but really it's all about choo choo choo. That's what we're doing here, just trying to get our magic attack as high as we can. Garcia, we have just, you know, HP going into attack and then extra HP here. She doesn't even do strike back. And then she has got the temptation of the devil. This is one where I think spinning blade is super important. We'll talk about it more when we get into the actual combat. I just want to give you a look at each of the characters. And then I will show you why we're using them. Garcia, Angel. Angel's just our healer, right? Just get her healing as capped up as you can. This is actually important on her because it does increase defense and she needs to be able to live. And then we have got Cole. Cole has got, where are you at, Cole? Cole, she is just doing Cole things, right? I actually am using Wipeout. I don't know if I need this, actually. You could probably just run Flurry of Stabs. However, Omen of Death was an ability I didn't know she had because I didn't get it when I first used her, and I haven't used her in a while. I was using Perfect Assassin. But Omen of Death has been insane. It was great for this fight. Gives you Feverish Beast, which is stacking crit chance and lifesteal. So basically, Cole was always out of range of Angel, and this just let Cole heal herself all the way up to full basically every single turn. And then finally, actually, the most important unit in the entire team potentially is Magnus here. So before we jump into the battle, I do want to say why Magnus was so important here for my team. The biggest issue with the level 70 things for me was not dealing the damage I needed to do necessarily, because Beryl can ignore armor, stuff like that, right? And I brought Warhorn as well, which helps a lot. But it was just surviving the hits. I was trying to use Abyss to get attack down stage 2 and keep it on there, but it just wasn't working that way. So Cry of Victory is just always active because things are always dying around you, and so you always are basically giving attack down 2 to all enemies, and you're giving damage up 2 to all allies, which are both very good. And if things aren't dying around you, you could proc it yourself with your own Mountain Breaker, which is very good as well. But what really is good is decreasing the attack and defense of all enemies within 3 tiles by 8%. This might seem small, but this 8% is so important for actually keeping my team alive. I actually think I'm going to star him up to star 3 to get that to 12%, because that's a 4% increase, which is just huge. This is actually the only reason I tried to beat this fight. If you look at my trials when we jump in, you'll see a lot of failures without Magnus because I just was dying. This 8% made all the difference. The other thing you're really going to want for the Weapon Trial 3 is a redemption of the judgment. You don't need to get the secret ability. I like it because it increases damage they take by 10%, but really at the end of your turn to spell 2 attribute buffs on a random enemy. This is just, if you're standing in front of the enemy, you're going to start debuffing them. Every time you kill one of their ads, they're going to get a stacking buff that makes them stronger. This will get rid of that. So the reason is, so now that we looked at the characters, why am I picking each unit that I'm picking? So each of these characters are serving an important purpose. So I actually was using Lash in this fight, but Lash is just not good enough for this fight because this character, this boss will start on turn 3, I think, getting a magic shield. And Lash does a ton of piercing damage that goes straight through the shield. If you don't destroy the shield, all of the HP of the shield that has left, they'll attack you for a huge amount. Then the shield will explode and hit you for the remaining HP. So you need to kill the shield. And so the way I'm doing this is I'm just having Beryl destroy the shield. I'm using Beryl to attack, and then I'm urgent ordering her, and then I'm going to have Beryl attack again to destroy the shield. After the magic shield, it will switch to a physical shield, and that's when you have the physical characters. So this fight's kind of interesting because you need to have some magic damage, and then you want to have some physical damage, then you need to have some melee hits, and then you need to have some ranged hits. So you need all these different things in this team. And so it doesn't look like we have a lot of range necessarily, but Beryl is our range. But also Garcia's pull is super important in this fight. It is an instant speed thing that she throws. It absolutely wrecks these ads because they don't have high HP. And so she gets to kill them for free and kill multiple ads a turn. So she acts like a second Cole, and in some ways is better because she does more damage at the end of the fight. And in other ways, she's not as good early on. But this is the team I use. Let's actually watch my fight. And of course, this was my very first try with 0 resets. So this was my perfect tactics in the very beginning. So you take a look here. Magnus's whole job is he's going to get up to here on this line, like right here, and then he might move around a little bit. I don't remember, but he's going to stand here basically and debuff this boss. So this boss is going to have a you gain a magical shield. That's not it. There's basically every time you kill one of these, he gets a stacking buff, and just by standing next to him, you're going to get rid of that. And again, when he's next to these things and they die, he does like a big AoE attack down buff. So he is basically here to make this character's attack as low as possible. Let's say right now it's 7,433 magic because he does almost all magic damage. I want to see what it is when he actually gets up close and gets to do his thing. And so Garcia, you can see here, she's really important because of this. This allows her to use instantly kill one of these things and recovers the energy, 2 of it, not 3 of it. But she could essentially kill multiple of these things a turn, of the blue ones. These ones have resistance to range attacks, but that's why she kind of fulfills both roles, which is really cool. So let's kind of take a look here. That's very important to be able to survive that hit. It took me a couple retries just to get Angel up to snuff there. So painful cutting here, right? That's just our normal attack. We're not using our energy right away. You can see all the devil stats, right? Every time one of these things happen, just look at all the devil. That's permanent stats on my team for the rest of the fight. And then this is not ideal. I don't want Cole to go up there and do that, but when I move Cole and Garcia around, it actually ends up being worse because we need to end up getting up here to kill some ads, and Garcia doesn't have jump. So Cole just needs to be there so he can actually get up there. She can actually get up there. This healing thing is pretty much irrelevant, but I just didn't want to bring any other ability. So I have the healing item trinket on her. It's not super necessary, but it is there. Here we go. So mighty swing. Not mighty swing. Actually, I'm wondering, will this be... I want to look at the next turn. So you should now be lowered, right? I mean, that only did 3,000 damage, which is insane. All right, let's watch. You're going to summon your little boy. I get it. All right, you're going to do another thing. All right, I know you're so cool. You're so cool. There we go. Here we go. So let's take a look. You are at 5,000. So we've lowered their attack by 2,000. 20% there, and then another 8% here. So that is super important. In fact, getting that to 12% would be even better. I mean, again, 8% is a ton, and it stacks, right? That's what makes it so good. So that is the only reason that we're surviving a lot of these attacks. But here's the spinning blade, right? You get to get a kill there. Super good. Deal damage. Kill another one. Boom. You get to go. You're basically like Cole. And then Cole's going to come up here. And you're going to see we're actually going to use a lot of tactical powers at this point. Coming up here starting next turn to make it so we can actually get where we need to go. And also, August does have the scroll, the ancient, movement speed scroll. That'll help a lot. Mountain Breaker was just to reset the attack down duration here. It's actually not important because they don't do it this turn, so I would say that was not necessary, unless the damage I find super important. So this is not ideal. I mean, it's fine, just dealing damage, which is good. We need to get damage in. Critical strike. This is so annoying because if you go here, which we kind of need to be, the next thing spawns here, and Cole can only make it to like here, right? So no matter where Cole goes, she can't quite hit there, unless I could have got the other ability that gave her like one other movement, and then she could have. But I wanted to have more passive just damage increases, especially because I get to use the scrolls here on Magnus. So now we're warhorning, we're chewing, right? Smack, 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 break the shield. I do the energy restore, make it so she goes first next turn, and then do it again right away. That will break the shield. It sucks to put that much damage into a shield, but you have to or you die. You see that they completely did their thing in Japanese there, which was kind of funny. A lot of things got untranslated in this latest patch. And then, yeah, we're just going to start dealing damage. It looks like we're not doing that much, but we are doing pretty good, actually. It'll start to pick up more and more. Cole gets a dodge from having killed someone with their last ability. Knight's Faith is going to make it so Cole gets to go again, refreshing that duration. I love that. Yeah, Cole, that's just showing off. And then, yeah, now we're just dealing damage. Wipeout does a decent amount of damage. It's not like insane scaling, but it is good enough. We get to survive here. That was the attack that killed me every turn. That's the 8% difference right there. That's actually making a huge difference. Painful cutting. We probably should have not used our go for blood last turn, so we could have instantly killed that and attacked the boss. But, you know, this wasn't a min-maxed fight. It was min-maxed, but, like, not perfectly. You know, I just did it good enough to get through. Mighty swing, you get through. Critical strike. Barrel is so tanky. What kind of attack is that? I wonder, actually. You summon one more, don't you? Yeah. So if I come over here, what attack did you just use? Was it this one? The 3 hits? It does, yeah, I think it just does the 170% damage. Barrel is good against range damage. Yeah, 25% less range damage. So that must be a ranged ability, yeah. So Barrel is actually a great tank for this ability. On top of there, it's stuff being low, but there we go. Look at that. You get to do the throw, you get the kill, and then I think you could actually do the throw up here if you wanted, but I don't think I was in range. You kill that. Cole's going to come up here and get this. Maybe even get another turn. Let's find out. Barrel did take a big hit there, so I bet we end up using... We have the healing one as well, which I bet I end up using. Or maybe not. Maybe they don't actually do enough damage here. Warhorn. Oh, yeah. Cole doesn't get to go again right away because of the movement speed. Oh, I think I decided I'm going for the kill here. No way. No. I just need to do the physical damage. You're right. Yeah, I'm on the edge of my own seat. I know I win this fight, and I'm still like, oh, my God. Anything could happen. We got to get the, yeah, you know, it's unfortunate, but we got to sink a bunch of damage into this shield. Otherwise, we all die. So the shields are a pretty big part. If you have a good shield breaker, that could be good. But because it switches from magic to physical, it's kind of hard. Like, you can't just use, like, Edda or who has shield breaker 4, right? You have to have a magic damage dealer first. Doing great damage here. And you can see here, it starts picking up, right? Once they get injured, they're dealing less damage. They're no longer scaling out of control. We're doing more damage. Our team has now officially, like, this is the part where I'm like, hey, we have sustained, right? We are totally in the clear. I've got no issues anymore. Unless Barrel dies right here. Then in which case I'll be upset. But I think we're fine. I know Barrel doesn't die because I know I win this fight. But I'm actually surprised. I thought I did use the talent to heal. There you go. I mean, that was like 9,000 damage. I mean, that is really good. Barrel still lived. What a goat. Oh, I think I have to go after this. It's unfortunate, though. I really want her to be able to go all in on that stupid thing. I think she just hit 9 stacks this turn. She's not 5 stars. I will get her 5-star, though. I want her to ignore 40% defense. We do use the Hymn of Life. There we go. Yeah, I think I kept dying there, and I figured I brought the Hymn of Life because I knew I wasn't going to use Ragnarok, and so I think I had no choice but to use it there because Barrel kept dying right here. I think it's time to ignore all these. I think it's time just to go for the kill. Maybe not. Yeah, I bet it is. There we go. Let's get it. Choo. Okay, you know what? I'm playing it safe. This is my guide, but this is so you can see exactly what I'm doing as well, because you can see. I mean, come on. I haven't done this for nearly 4 hours. What else? What are you expecting? That I remember everything that I did? Lay the old smackdown. Boom, boom. Full heal every time. Cole is so fucking good. The magic buff. Maybe we can just ignore it, huh? How much damage? Come on. Break 10,000. Ooh, 8,000. No crit. If that would have crit, that would have been huge there. But it's all right. You know, that's just life. Oh, Garcia does the follow-up. That's right. An extra free 3,000 damage on the follow-up. I don't think I care about the damage anymore. I think we could do enough damage to break the shield because we use double barrel. You could also bring a Nana instead of Angel and probably save yourself some tactic slots, but I decided not to. Get good, scrub. All right, now crit him. Crit him. Yeah, I'd build a Warhorn more if I had the... Man, another no crit. You know what, Garcia? You're great, but... I will say you don't have a lot of... I thought you do have actually like a pretty good passive crit buff. All right, time to kill the boss. Urgent order. Mountain breaker. Boom. Kaboom. And finally, Kaboom. I did the sudden strike just to be safe, but there we go. Battle done. That is what the plat did for Weapon Trial 3 level 70. It did probably take me an hour to figure it out. Maybe a little bit longer, actually. Like, I'm not the greatest player. I need to do a lot of trial and error to figure stuff out. But yeah, guys, that's how I got through it. That's the team I used. Magnus was the secret weapon. Seekers are very good because you need to get around and actually kill all these little ads that are popping up all around. Angel is the best healer besides maybe Anana, who I just don't like using because she's so, like, I don't know, she's just like busted. Plus, then it makes my videos feel worse when I'm making content and I'm using these broken characters that I got really lucky getting, and I got content creator stuff. So I try to use characters that are a little more accessible. Magnus is currently on a banner. These two are on the original banner. This is a free-to-play character, and Garcia was on a banner, but I wouldn't normally count her, but I just really liked her, and I felt she was good for this fight. Anyway, that's all for today, guys. Thank you very much for Platypus's Purplatypus. I'll see you on the flip-flops. Bye!
Platypus on the rise, watch the view.